course, now you have a voice right here. This is still right, and of course, thank you for joining us. We sincerely apologize, for a little bit of break. We are talking about business. A lot has happened in the past 24 hours since we came here. But before we get straight to the deal, my name is Simeon Sunday.
My name is Gesire Agua. We'll be checking out a couple of headlines this morning. Lagos State pays 16,340 retirees 57.7 million Naira pension benefit in 5 years. We'll be checking that out, in a bit. We also have a couple of other headlines here. This one says NRC to resume train services on abandoned routes. Check that out. We have customs to stop physical examination of cargoes. For those of you that are into import and exports, that is a very, very interesting headline that you want to stick around for. And we have NNPCL reporting 157 cases of oil theft in 1 week.
The figures are really rising. And also we'll be talking about the business of agriculture, and on that we'll be talking about how the kidnapping plague now is threatening the president's food security plan, and also talking about the hassle of doing business in a harsh economy. We'll be talking about an outlet that is set to close down in no state, and this is due to harsh economy as well as poor chasing power in that particular state.
In energy, we're talking about Brent crude oil prices that's falling to $77 per barrel. We'll check that out in just. We have the actual amount of cash out banks hitting 92%, of that currency in circulation in November 2023, and we'll check out just how that would affect the economy as a whole. And then in forex, there's the forex turnover of $147.81 billion as Naira depreciates, at the official market. That's the market analysis. We'll look at all that after the break. But hey, there's a couple of, important things to touchlight before we move on to take a break right now. We have success, which is the quote of the day, the business quote of the day. And it says,
success is not final, failure fatal. It is to continue that count. And this is by Winston Churchill. Basically means that success is not final, failure is not fatal. So it is a courage to continue that count. Basically, what this means is that despite what is happening, the enemy is threatening to advance across, several businesses. Let me use the word enemies. Sometimes your village people are holding you and then you fail in business. It doesn't necessarily mean. I'm not saying village people business. This is me just putting it. But basically, we know that there's and a part. If you're into business people definitely. It's either you succeed or you fail in business. So if you're succeeding at the moment, just know this is not the final destination. Anything can go wrong at any time. So it is necessary that you also, while putting plans, anticipate that. So if you fail, what matters is that you have the courage to cheating or you're failing in business, and that's what Winston Churchill is talking about business today.
So can I rephrase?
Basically,
no grief for anybody.
Okay,
no grief for that failure. No grief for whatever it is that's trying to touch you. No grief. Now wait till they use the enter 2024
in business. See, forget
strong head in business.
Yes, we understand. Strong head in business means you have to have a solid plan going into 2024. You don't just use a plan that you use it, especially if it didn't work for you in 2023. Just go there, look through your plan, cross your T's, dot your I's, check what wasn't working for you last year and work on it. And possibly 2024 might be your year of success, basically.
All right, let's pay some bills. We'll be back in just a moment. Voice of the People, 6.1 FM.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity City Church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender Guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Glory to God and to the Lamb, beauty to the throne of eternity.
Brotherhood of the Cross and Star presents the everlasting gospel meant on you every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. on 96.1 FM.
Adoration, adoration, adoration to God forevermore.
It is time for spiritual rejuvenation, the mortification of the physical being. It's a whole new experience on radio. Tune in and be blessed. Thank you, Father.
Adoration, adoration.
Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos Airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me, believe me.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Us live on YouTube at VOP. All the content you can't resist. Exclusive interviews, news, style, and more. About VOP. Show up, speak up.
West is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the and Coldberry ice cream.
Delight in every
school. Visit any of our outlets and feel the taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream.
At number 4,
Area 8, Gerki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Guaripa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng. Website www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Others may drop the mic. I talk into it. If you're in need of a voice, well, I've got one.
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM.
Meet us on YouTube, Insta, and Twitter at Voice of the People 96.1 FM.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Business Around Town, Voice of the People, 9 FM. Welcome back. And we're checking out a couple of headlines, business news, and seeing how they are going to be affecting you as a Nigerian or as a business person, as an entrepreneur, whatever it is. Just stay tuned pretty much. We have the Lagos state government paying 16,340 retirees 57.7 billion pension benefit in 5 years. This is as the Lagos state government has recorded the payment of 57.7 billion naira in pension benefits to 1,340 retirees of the state since Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in May 2019 up until date. Now, Mr. Folabi Ayon Tayo, the Commissioner of Establishments, Training and Pension, shared this information on during the 102nd retirement presentation hosted by LASPEC, that's the Lagos State Pension Commission in Lagos. And the state government is truly grateful for all the hard work that a lot of people, all the pensioners, what all they've put into the work. This is why they're committed of the CPS to ensure that Nigerians receive their income regularly in their retirements. Now, what exactly is out of this? The Lagos State Pension Commission was established by the Lagos State Contributory Pension Scheme Law 2000, corporate entity to regulate, supervise, and ensure the effective administration of pension matters in Lagos State Public Service. Now, the main objective is to assist all the persons in employment of the state government to save towards retirement, to ensure that persons who leave or retire from the public service of the state receive terminal or retirement benefits as and when due. With issues, especially with payment of pensioners, we've had people who have died without getting their money back. We've had people who probably had stroke or some other health related issue and they just didn't get the pensions back due to one issue of misappropriation here and there, or one situation where one individual has decided to pocket monies meant for other individuals, keep it in their own personal banks, in their own personal pockets.
True, very true. And the funny thing is, it is only in this climate where you get to hear, pension. I remember a couple of years ago while I was still in a particular state, a southern state in Nigeria. I don't want to call their name right now. You literally see that was even during the administration of a particular individual called the uncommon person, back then. But that being said, that was the time I actually see pensioners sit right in front of the bank. We don't see that happen here in the FCT. Maybe because it's the FCT, so they take their issues very seriously. In other states aside the FCT, and probably maybe not Lagos State, other states in the southwest, in the southeast, the south, you see pensioners sitting right in front of the bank as early as 4:30 a.m. trying to access what should be theirs. It's a good one to know that the Sanwo-Olu, the governor of the state, have actually said so far they've been able to pay about 57.7 billion naira as pension to over 16,000 retirees. It's a good one because these are individuals who dedicated their lives, some 40 years, some over 30 years of their lives to the service of their nation through the civil service, whether it's state civil service or it's national federal civil service. So I don't think these people, after serving their fatherland or their motherland, they will be struggling to make ends meet. Sometimes you see the condition of living of some of these retirees and you cry for them, and their money is stuck somewhere. Certain officials are not releasing them, or you see individuals embezzling what rightfully belongs to those retirees. Anyway, shout outs and thumbs up to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for this particular one, and we hope to see other governors as well, especially for state civil servants, and what is rightfully theirs.
All right, on that note, we are live on YouTube, People Abuja. Check us out on YouTube, Voice of the People Abuja. You can catch up on all the episodes that you probably missed on the YouTube channel, the Voice of the People Abuja. And you can call the studio line. It is 0700 010 961 961 to join the conversation. 0700 010 961 961.
And still talking about monies aside pension, let's talk about the circulation of the currency. And according to reports, it says cash outside banks hits 92% of currency in circulation in November 2023, higher than pre-Naira redesign level. Cash outside banks hit 92% of currency in circulation in November 2023. This is higher than the pre-Naira redesign level. And according to the report, this percentage of currency in circulation is outside the banking system. The surge is highlighted in the latest figure from the Central Bank of Nigeria, marking a notable rise from the 86% recorded in October 2022, just before the CBN's Naira redesign policy took effect. And of course, the magnitude of this shift is further illustrated by the CIC, that's the currency in circulation, which soared by 21.37% in under 3 months amid the intensifying cash crunch felt across the nation. And we've seen that the CBN data, which revealed that there was a climb to 3.35 trillion naira in currency in circulation in November 2023, and this is a significant jump from 76 trillion naira noted in September of last year. And this coincided with Yemi Cardoso's assumption of office as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. So looking at there are more money outside the banking system. In fact, when I mean money, currency in circulation, this cash, and the question is, where are these monies stored? Where are they? Who are those in possession of those monies outside the banking system? Is it in form of, because I know some people were actually converted to cryptocurrencies, and all of that, even though that hasn't been the case in a while here in the country. So the question is, this monies that are in circulation, that are outside the banking system, where are they domiciled?
Initially, when we talked about Naira redesign, this was pre-Naira redesign, that December where we had a lot of scarcity, a lot of people were having a lot of issues with getting the cash. At the time, the Naira in circulation was about 2.4 trillion Naira, 2.76 trillion Naira, if my figures are correct, 2.76 trillion Naira. That was pre-Naira redesign, and now what we're having is a 3.35 trillion Naira currency in circulation as at November 2023, which is a huge increase. That is a huge leap. It's such a huge leap, and that was what the whole Naira redesign was supposed to curb in the first place, to reduce the amount of currency in circulation. If you go to other countries, you hardly see currency, cash, being in circulation. I don't know why we had the Naira e-Naira wallets. We had the e-Naira. What exactly is going on with that? It was a very good initiative to help with currency in circulation and with payments as well, ensuring that you don't necessarily have to have the currency to pay. You could just transfer via the e-Naira wallet to another person. Our wallet, seamless and easy peasy. But whatever happened to that particular policy, really, it didn't pick up.
I think at the point, I think there was a bit of suspension of that policy for a while, a short while, and I remember that was even before the launch. It was supposed to be launched. They suspended the launch and everything due to some within the CBN, and of course we saw the launch of the e-Naira, and now we don't really know what is with that particular policy, if it's still in effect, if it's still in place, if people still have their currency or the e-version of their monies domiciled maybe in the central bank or in their wallets. But that being said, I think something ought to be done by the CBN governor, talking about Cardoso. Here's the current CBN governor. He have actually promised Nigerians that he's going to do all he can to ensure that the banking sector thrive and of course some of the cash crunch suffered by Nigerians, it's reduced to a minimal effect. But looking at this, I do not know if you noticed it sometime in December, towards December, even though I'll call that panic scarcity. A lot of Nigerians were scared. Even at that time, see the point of sale personnel increasing their charges at that time, because they were scared that there won't be Naira.
Was going to be
going to the banks to withdraw money, and the bank would tell you there's a limit to how much you can withdraw during the ember season. So this brings to the effect that we don't know what it is. Is it that the banks want to encourage Nigerians to transact online more, or is it that there's truly cash crunch? So these are some questions that we need clarity on, especially when it comes to the scarcity of the Naira, the cash crunch, of course, not having enough money in the banking system. Some of them,
and then you
outside.
also have to blame Nigerians at this point, because why would you keep monies? You remember during the Naira redesign, where people were asked to bring their monies back to the bank. Bank managers were complaining about monies that were falling apart. They were so old. You could see that maybe this person, the farmer, it out from the ground. Naira, your currency, it's supposed to be sacred, it's supposed to be respected. If you go to other countries, they don't their monies, they don't fold it, they don't squeeze it. But here in Nigeria, we are the ones that will be squeezing it. You see person use and wrap akara. Like it's really ridiculous, the level of disrespect that we show our currency. It is not good, because if you disrespect your currency, other people will follow suit to disrespect your currency, because what's their business? And at this point in time, we have to see and find ways to make sure that we do not keep monies buried in the grounds. And then politicians, you guys are not helping as well.
They will tell you that if you save it in the bank, since they said there's limited money in the that's outside the banking system, you get to ask yourself, where are people storing this money? Some will tell you, if you store the money, you store or you save 10,000 Naira, at the end of the week you get to see 9,329 Naira.
Well, have you ever heard of investments? Never. So you invest your money in stocks, you invest your money in, there are bonds to buy, there's so many things that you can invest your money in. Why keep your hard cash at home, sitting down?
I think sometimes some of those questions you should be asking, you shouldn't ask the average Nigerian, the one that have urgent 2K, that don't have too much to spend.
Even the market woman, you can see her saving her money inside her couch.
The main thing is
everyone
should also ask
involved.
some politicians as well, who are there mopping up the Naira and mopping up the dollar. So as much as you are bashing the small scale business owners, you're bashing the market woman on the road, let's drag our politicians. Is it not still our politicians that had old Naira no stored and they were giving it out
some were dug out from cemeteries
seasons.
Some were dug out from cemeteries, some monies came out from untoward places. At this point in time, you just have to look at it and understand that yes, I mean, Emefiele had his issues, but that Naira redesign was a very good policy, and you could see that it mopped out a lot of cash in circulation. A lot of monies that were in circulation at the time were brought back into the bank, and that was a good thing. And now we're seeing it go back to
the point is they had to bring it in so they can convert it to the new currency and then withdraw it. And the good thing is now the CBN have actually said the old currency and the new currency can actually
work side
by side. So there's no point bringing anything out to the banking system. You're seeing right now playing in the country. Anyway, let's not overflow that particular issue. Quickly, let's talk about the oil and gas sector, and let's talk about the credited to the NNPC Limited, where it is reported that about 157 cases of crude oil theft is reported. In fact, in just 1 week, 157 cases of crude oil theft in just 1 week. And right now, the NNPC Limited has stated that there were about 157 incidents of crude oil theft between December 30, 2023 and January 5, 2024, and this is across the Niger Delta. This was stated in the weekly TV show called Energy and You. It is an NNPC Limited show televised on Nigerian Television Authority, basically to keep Nigerians updated on the happenings in the oil and gas sector. And according to that particular report, the incidents recorded range from illegal refineries to illegal connections to oil spills to illegal storage sites to even to pipeline vandalism. It further stated that there were 52 cases of illegal refineries discovered, 32 illegal connections to pipelines, and then about 25 cases of pipeline vandalism, and 2 cases of oil spill, and 3 cases of vessel infraction. So when we see this report from the NNPC Limited, it begs the question, what is happening in that sector? It's a good one that, about this 157 cases of oil theft has been reported by the NNPC Limited. We just hope that it goes beyond reporting it. We hope it goes beyond putting it in the NNPC Limited, maybe their weekly or their quarterly bulletin, but it goes beyond that to the point of handling the perpetrators of this act, ensuring they face justice. This is not the first time we're hearing cases of illegal refineries or even oil tapping. I remember, I think it was sometime last year, we saw, a couple of oil tappings that were discovered by the Tantita company owned by Tompolo. I think it was even a mega news last year. So when you hear cases like this, what is happening with those people? We hope that when they are found wanting, when they are investigated and they are found culpable, they are being dealt with decisively. We just hope that certain elements do not sweep it under the carpet, because individuals within this same government are benefiting from it.
All right, at this point in time, you have to look at the oil sector, the energy sector as a whole, and realize that there's a lot of secrecy that is in that particular sector. A lot of people are benefiting from the oil, whether the sales or the selling and buying, whether it's the transporting of the oil in the first place, whatever. A lot of people are benefiting, and when people are making money, you can see that there will always be problems like this, except there is a political will to actually stop that on the part of the president, right? Until there is political will, nothing will change in that sector. Until there is political will, until we are ready to finger the individuals who are perpetrating one evil or the other and trying to take out of our national a national cake, then we will not have any solution to our problems at this point in time. But hey, the NNPCL needs to do more. The NMDPR as well needs to do more. There's so many different upstream, downstream, all the different sectors, all the different agencies that are within the oil sector need to step up their game to ensure that all these people that are stealing, even security agents whose job is to protect some of the oil rigs, some of the oil wells, the Navy, everyone needs to be
even those
on board.
that, in fact, when you look at those according to the act that even established them in the first place, the NSCDC, basically that should even be their primary responsibility. What are they doing to ensure that pipelines are protected and the spate of vandalism is reduced, and those that are being fished out, they are being dealt with decisively? So these are some of the things that ought to be done by the federal government.
All right, we're moving on to the market. We're seeing forex turnover recording $147.81 million as Naira depreciates to 878.57 Naira to a dollar at the official market. We're seeing forex turnover rising by 460.52% to $147.81 as the Nigerian Naira tumbled against the dollar on Tuesday in both the official and black markets. Now, the domestic currency depreciated 4.7% to close at 878.57 Naira to a dollar at the close of business yesterday. This is based on data from NAFEM, where Forex is officially traded. Now, this respects a 39.62 Naira loss on a 4.72% decrease in the local currency compared to 838.95 Naira, which was what was closed the previous day. Now, the intraday high recorded was about 1,299.5 Naira to a dollar, while the intraday low was 720.5 Naira to a dollar, representing a widespread of 579 naira to a dollar. Similarly, the naira depreciated at the parallel forex market, where forex is sold unofficially. The exchange rate quoted at 1,280 naira to a dollar, representing 1.17% decrease over what is closed the previous day, while peer-to-peer traders quoted around 1,325 naira to a dollar. All right, we'll move on to another headline this morning.
And quickly, let's touch on the agriculture sector. And this one has to do with the plans of the president to ensure food security as kidnap plague threatens the president's food security plan. And according to report, President Bola Tinubu's plan to boost food production and stabilize prices is being threatened as the rising spate of banditry, terrorism and kidnapping across the country has worsened farmers' plight. And in the past 3 days, several kidnapping cases have been reported in 6 states and the FCT, which is the nation's capital. The deadly of the dead, 60 kidnapped and goods worth millions of naira destroyed. And right now, experts are seeing the scourge of kidnapping, which has destroyed social and economic activities in some parts of the northern region, is shrinking farming communities as farmers are now forced to flee 10 states for safety. And this is the development that has pushed up food prices and has exacerbated the cost of living crisis in the country. And something ought to be done about this. Insecurity is a major challenge we are facing, and this is the main cause for food shortages and the rising cost of food item and food prices in the market. The president earlier promised when he came on board that he is going to ensure sustainable food production in the country. And this is one setback that the president has to deal with decisively if he has to meet up with his plan of ensuring food production and sustainable food production in the country going forward.
All right, customs is to stop physical examination of cargoes. The Ministry of Transportation and Marine Blue Economy, along with the Nigerian Customs, have reached an agreement to discontinue the physical examination of cargoes at the country's ports. Now, according to a statement jointly signed by the spokesperson of the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Ismail Omipidon, and the Customs spokesman, Chief Superintendent of Customs, Abdullahi Maywada, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, said his transportation counterpart, Senator Said Al-Khali, and the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, they reached an agreement at a meeting in Abuja on Monday to prioritize the use of scanners to address the challenge of port congestions. Now, they reasoned that the use of modern technologies like scanners was important to addressing the issue of port congestion so as to ensure efficiency and competitiveness. To this end, Adeniyi has been charged with enforcing the use of scanners at the ports, just as they encouraged private investors to come in and invest in the deployment and maintenance of scanners at the nation's ports. This is what the statement read. They emphasized the role of technology in port optimization, noting that the partnership had also endorsed the repair and optimization of existing scanners at major ports, including the Apapa Tinkan Island, Onne, and the PTML. In 2024, we are just finally beginning to look at using scanners to check the cargo that are being brought in to the country. It's really ludicrous at this point that we still used to do physical examination of cargo. It's outrageous at this point in time.
Really outrageous. Anyway, I would have loved to add that there is a particular port in China. It's in Haifa in China. It's not even this one that we are still even grappling and struggling to stop physical examination. There, this company, the cargo is not even manned by anybody. It is tech driven, it is machine and AI driven. You can't see anybody. Exactly. It clears it, it moves it and everything. You don't see a single human being. doing any of this. And here we're still struggling with having machines to
40 scanners, human error,
scanners
this
and
one,
all
that
of
one.
that.
It's really, really crazy at this point. But
Anyway,
hey, kudos
I'm
to
telling
them for
To-
finally
to-
waking up and smelling the coffee. The Minister of Marine and Blue
Do
Economy.
they deserve the kudos yet? Let's say the work first before we start giving them kudos. But finally, let's quickly talk about the closing down of business. We know that the economy has not been so friendly with a lot of businesses in the FCT and outside the FCT. And in Kano State, a particular outlet and franchise, I think ShopRite, is set to close its Kano store. And they cited harsh economy and poor purchasing power as reasons for shutting down their outlet in Kano State. So you see, it's biting hard on everyone and every business. Look at the poor purchasing power. People do not even have money to go to such outlets to buy things. If people go there now, it's to go and snap selfie.
You're also looking at the fact that the Naira isn't as valuable. We checked out a headline talking about the Naira closing at 1,300
Naira to a dollar.
Yes, at the Forex market. So you begin to wonder just how strong or the strength of the Naira, or when we will begin to talk about strength and Naira in the same sentence. But hey, there's a headline here. It's talking about the Railway Corporation, the NRC, to resume train services on abandoned routes. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has commenced the reactivation of old narrow gauge networks, with the Eastern Line currently at an advanced stage in preparation to resume operations. The focal point is the Eastern Line, which stretches from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, and that is a crucial route by the federal government if you're looking at moving stuff, moving your businesses, moving cargo from the east to the north. That's a very, very crucial line. So the director of the mechanical services revealed these developments in a statement, and you're talking about the fact that this is a good statement from the NRC, and we're hoping that with reactivating these terminals, with reactivating these different lines, these different abandoned routes, with reactivating them, you're also and security. We do not want a repeat of the Abuja Kaduna blast. That was a very sad story. We don't want to have a repeat of that. So while we are investing, while we are building businesses, let the government try as much as they can to safeguard these investments, because it's not just to throw money in and create investments that build different manufacturing or whatever plants or whatever it is that they're trying to build. You need to also secure as well. They go hand in hand.
It's a good one to see, that's what, especially that abandoned route, the Maiduguri straight to, Port Harcourt is a good one. This will be opening the northeast to the southeast and even the southern part of the country. So we'll get to see ease of doing business where goods and, produce can be moved from the region. We know that, in the northeast, there's a lot of farming going down there. They can now move their produce. We don't have to see people looking for storage facilities. People in the northeast, eastern part of the country, via train, and we know train will be faster because the rain is shorter. The route is shorter than the regular transportation route of bus or trailers as they use in this time. So it's a good one, and we hope that such abandoned routes has been resuscitated and we get to see businesses thrive in these areas and these regions.
All right, are you catching up with the AFCON updates? We're going to be starting today.
AFCON, Nigeria will be playing today.
It's a really, really sad thing what happened with Guinea-Bissau, but let's leave that story. But hey, we will be doing our own AFCON updates. It will be at 12:30. Make sure you tune in at 12:30 to catch up on every single thing that's happened on the in the AFCON 2023. Today we'll be doing that every single day except Sundays, but we'll be doing that up until the end. This is in February, up until the end of the AFCON. So try as much as you can to catch up on all that, even though it's not business related, but hey, we're happy about it regardless.
Anyway, it's a good one. So I'm really waiting for this match. I think it's tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But that being said, there are a lot of AFCON games that will be played all through this particular week. So I am heavily anticipating Nigeria Ivory Coast match. I would just hope that even though
we do well, we perform better.
even though I'm not expecting anything great per se.
No, you can't say that.
I'm
We are like a bride.
You need to
right
understand,
now,
I'm
Nigerians.
patriotic. But looking at the caliber of players we have, most of our top players are injured, you know, and all of that. This team haven't have cohesive play. They are not playing a rounded game. And right now, that Coach Pesero self is not. Is something to not something to write
Let's not
about.
even
So
go
when we
into
talk
all
about
that.
that,
Let's not even go into all that.
That's
But
business.
we are like a bride whose husband is not really performing. You know, in the other room. We're hopeful. We are hopeful. We will encourage. That's what we.
Go and eat watermelon.
All right, thank you so much for listening to Business Around Town on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. My name is Gesire.
I am Simeon Sunday.
All right, we'll be back for the handover at 10:50. So do keep it locked right here. You have 1 hour of uninterrupted music. We hope you enjoy it. But hey, let's pay some bills. Good morning.